I'm going to read you a story. This is one of the stories I used to read to all my children at home. I hope you like it. It's called 26 Rabbits Run Riot. And a picture page of some of the rabbits. I'll try and hold it up close for you. Who would have thought a nice person like Mrs. Fitzwarren would have such naughty children? They rushed all over the house, creating a shambles. Even the baby would not stay where it was put. Have a look at the picture. Lots of rabbits creating a shambles. A shambles means a lot of mess. It's time for a nice day out, says Mrs. Fitzwarren, one sunny morning. But the baby's gone missing. Quickly, everyone, look for that poor little baby. So they searched and they searched, and at last they found the baby in the teapot. Mrs. Fitzwarren wiped the tea leaves off the baby and put it in the pram. Then they all set off for the park. Now run off and play, said Mrs. Fitzwarren, and all the children scattered in every direction. In a very short time, they created absolute... I wonder what it's going to say. Havoc. The park keeper shouted, "Be off with you! Be off with you! Take them away!" "Oh, I will," said Mrs. Fitzwarren, but the baby's wriggled out of its pram. Quickly, everyone, look for that poor little baby. So they searched, and at last they found the baby in the rubbish bin. Mrs. Fitzwarren brushed down the baby to get rid of all the rubbish and put it in its pram. They all left the park in a hurry and climbed the hill to the woods. Under the trees it was cool and dark, and in less than a minute, all the children disappeared. Where are they? You might be able to spot some of them hiding. Mrs. Fitzwarren blinked her eyes, and then she opened her mouth very loud and she shouted, "Rabbits!" At the top of her voice. All her children all ran back and had an enormous picnic. Mrs. Fitzwarren brushed the crumbs off the baby. "Let's go to the sea," she said. They left the woods, crossed the dunes, and ran out onto the beach. It was hot beside the sea. Mrs. Fitzwarren fell fast asleep, while her children made a castle with a turret on the top. But suddenly Mrs. Fitzwarren woke up crying, "Oh, where is that baby? It's lost. Quickly, everyone, search for that poor little baby." So they searched, and at last they found the baby in the turret. Mrs. Fitzwarren shook the baby to get rid of the sand and put it in its pram. "I could do with a nice cup of tea," she sighed. So they went to the cafe. 26 ice creams and a pot of tea for one, said Mrs. Fitzwarren. Very soon the children had put the cafe in an uproar. "You've a very fine family, madam, but please could you take them home?" said the owner. "Oh, I will," said Mrs. Fitzwarren, "but our baby's gone missing. Quickly, everyone, look for that poor little baby." So they searched, and they found the baby nowhere. "Oh," wailed Mrs. Fitzwarren, "my poor little baby. I just can't go home without it." She wept enormous tears. Her face was all dripping. She burrowed around looking for a handkerchief. Oh, she said, the baby is in my handbag. She kissed the baby all over and put it in its pram. Time to go home, she said. It was growing dark as they left the cafe. When they got back, it was night time. They had hot milk and biscuits, and then Mrs. Fitzwarren gave them all a good scrub, especially the baby, who was filthy, and put them to bed. Then she went downstairs and made a mug of steaming hot chocolate. How peaceful it is, said Mrs. Fitzwarren then. She said, sitting by the blazing fire. Little did she know, for her children were not in their beds. Oh no, on the contrary, they were all outside in the garden, gallivanting under the moon. Oh, goodness me. Naughty children. Except for the baby, who was fast asleep. I also like the back of this, with all the rabbits on there and all the 26 rabbits. It said, who would have thought a nice person like Mrs. Fitzwarren would have such naughty children? An outing with all 26 of them turns into a shambles when the baby keeps disappearing. I hope you like my story. I wonder if you managed to spot where the baby had hidden. Bye, hedgehogs. See you soon.